Last week but one, we were at the Kenyatta International Convention Center launching the Asante Hub. This is a hub by Kenya Airways that is meant to bring more efficiency in terms of offering excellent customer service experience to all its customers in the country. Today we are here, again, great news for Kenya Airways at Msafiri House, that is adjacent to the Kenya Airways Pride Center. And I'm joined here by the CEO of Kenya Airways, Mr. Alan Kilavuka, together with his officers like the Chief Operating Officer, George, Habil, and all others. I'm also as well accompanied here by two of my chairmen, that is the chairman of the Kenya Civil Aviation Authority, Mr. Brown Ondego. I'm also joined by the chairman of Kenya Airports Authority, Mr. Caleb Kositani, as well as the Director General of Kenya Civil Aviation Authority. We are here today to commission three very excellent facilities for Kenya Airways. One right behind me is what we refer to as the Msafiri House, which is an operation command center that is an in-house clearing facility of all operations of Kenya Airways, from pilots to cabin crews to scheduling to safety matters to anything touching operation will now be harbored under one roof. This will increase efficiency to ensure that all teams work more efficiently together and services are rendered seamlessly. Behind us, we also saw the first ever bottling plant for Kenya Airways, that they are now going to produce their own bottled water called Quench. I wish I had a sample here, I could showcase it to you, but I'm sure we managed to visit the bottling plant. Kenya Airways now will be able to, Kenya Airways now will be able to supply its own bottled water done at source at its headquarters and supplied throughout its entire fleet and all its routes across the world. This bottle of water is weighs less, which means a lot in aviation industry, and most importantly, and I think here I'll speak a bit of Kenya Airways, is cutting cost. As you are aware, Kenya Airways is in the process really of ensuring that it cuts most of its costs that it can manage, and this is one of the initiatives that is in place. Tied to this bottling plant is a third initiative that is being launched there, which is a Pyro-Diesel facility. A Pyro-Diesel facility will enable Kenya Airways to produce its own diesel that is going to be used in its operation, and the raw material of this will be the used bottles collected from the flights, the Quench bottle, which will be feeding into this Pyro-Diesel facility to produce more diesel for use of the entire fleet of Kenya Airways vehicles and other operations matter. As a government, we are really proud with the leadership that has been showcased by the CEO, Alan Kilavuka. You will also recall that for the first time in 10 years, Kenya Airways has reported a profit. Last year, it's also reported an operating profit of $10.5 billion. This year, we also saw Jumbo Jet, which is a 100% subsidiary of Kenya Airways, marking 10 years in operation, servicing many of our airstrips that Kenya Airways does not fly to, and also starting flights to Zanzibar and other of our neighboring countries. As a government, we are proud to make sure that our national carrier continues to carry our flag all over the world, and we are committed to ensuring that we continue to support Kenya Airways to make sure that it is the pride of Africa. It is the #1 aircraft, company in the world, because it already is in Kenya, and will ensure that we continue to provide all the necessary support in terms of infrastructure through our Kenya Airports Authority in opening up more airstrips, and also our regulator here with us, Kenya Civil Aviation Authority, to ensure that everything runs as anticipated. I thank you.
I said it all. Just to emphasize how excited we are in launching these 3 products, which are going to help enhance our footprint in terms of a very sustainable organization. And by sustainability, we talk about environmental sustainability, because we're going to be recycling a lot of waste in our Pyro-Diesel. And also the diesel that we'll be producing in our Pyro-Diesel plant has 50% less carbon emissions and 50% less sulfur emissions. So this is very important for us as a responsible organization that reduces the carbon footprint around the world. In addition to that, we'll be extracting a lot of waste that is lying around and using it for productive purposes. So that diesel, we will use it for our stationary ground equipment and therefore reduce costs, just like the PS has said earlier. The other thing that I wanted to emphasize on is that the diesel that we'll be producing currently is going to be 1,000 liters a day, which is not sufficient for our use, but we'll be expanding it as and when we have proved the case for this particular Pyro-Diesel plant. As for the water bottling and purification plant, again, there we are very, very proud. We will again reduce our cost substantially. In fact, our estimate is that we will reduce our cost by at least 60% of our current cost for the water. In addition to that, we will also be able to provide the excess capacity that we have in that water bottling plant to the ecosystem around us, so that it also helps to reduce their water cost as well. And then lastly, the one behind us here, which is the Msafiri House, is going to, just like the PS has said again, is going to significantly improve our efficiency and again reduce our cost long term in terms of the way we do our operations. So we are very, very proud of these 3 ventures. These ones were all birthed or initiated during the COVID period, and they are all staff initiatives, because it is the staff that requested us to look at different ways of either reducing cost, increasing our revenue, or improving our efficiency and our customer excellence as we go forward. So thank you very much for coming, and we look forward to these very successful ventures. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, there you are.
Oh, yeah. On the count of 3, 2, and 1. And 1.